Hi there, my name is Richard and I am here to help you pass your interview. And in this tutorial, I will teach you exactly how to answer the challenging interview question, how did you handle a difficult situation? Now, this interview question comes up frequently during all types of job interview. So make sure you take notes as I work through the presentation. Now, to help you pass your interview and answer that particular interview question, this is what I'm going to cover. I will tell you the 3 things the interviewer wants to hear in your answer to the question, how did you handle a difficult situation? I will explain how you can structure your answer to that question to get the highest scores possible, and I will also give you 3 brilliant example answers that you can use at your job interview. Now, people say to me all of the time, Richard, what is an example of a difficult situation at work? Well, here's a couple of examples to help you. It might be where you experienced conflict between you and a co-worker, and you were the one who took it upon yourself to resolve the situation. Another example could be conflict between other team members, and you got involved to resolve it for them. It might be problems with customer service that you had to handle, or it could be difficulty in deciding on an idea for a team project. So those are a few examples of how you might handle a difficult situation. So what does the hiring manager or the interviewer want to hear in your response? Well, they want to hear 3 things. First of all, they want to hear that you took action to resolve the problem or the situation. Never say in your response to that interview question, well, I passed it on to my supervisor so he or she could deal with it. You have to show that you are capable of taking action. The second thing they want to hear is that you thought logically about the situation you were in. So there was a thought process to your solution to the problem. And then finally, they want to hear that you achieved a successful outcome yourself. So how do you structure your answer to the question, how did you handle a difficult situation? My advice is to use the brilliant technique which is called S.T.A.R. So the S.T.A.R technique is situation, task, action, result. So you start off and you tell the interviewer the situation you were in. You then move on with your answer and you explain what needed to be done. You then go into detail about what you did, what action did you take, and finally you finish off and you tell them the result. So you explain the outcome of your action, and it should always be positive. So let me now move on to those 3 example answers to the tough interview question, how did you handle a difficult situation? Here's example number 1. I was working as a customer service assistant and a customer entered the store to pick up a product they had ordered the previous day online. Now, when I went to the storeroom to collect their order, somebody had mistakenly put the product back on sale and it had been purchased by another customer. Now, this was a very difficult situation to deal with because the customer would be understandably annoyed and I had to find a quick solution to the problem. After quickly considering my options, I called another store a few miles away to see if they had the product in store, and thankfully they did. I then explained to the customer what had happened. I apologised unreservedly, and I told them I would drive over to the store myself to get the product for them. I asked the customer to come back in an hour's time, which they were happy to do so because they needed to do some more shopping in the local vicinity. I quickly drove over to the store, picked up the replacement product and brought it back for the customer. Now, by being open and honest with the customer and by thinking on my feet, I was able to come up with a successful resolution. That is a brilliant answer to the tough interview question, how did you handle a difficult situation? And it shows that you are confident enough to take action and resolve it successfully. And you can see there how by using situation, task, action and result, you can give a top scoring answer. Let's take a look at another example. Example answer number 2. And again, I will use the S.T.A.R technique to show you how effective it really is. Here we go. In my previous job, I noticed 2 team members were not getting along. They were constantly arguing and their negativity was starting to have an impact on the team. Now, although I wasn't their supervisor, I was concerned for the team, and so I decided to intervene. Now, this was a difficult situation because I had to use tact and diplomacy to raise my concerns. So I was sat down next to them in the canteen one day and they started with their arguing. I asked them both how they felt their actions were impacting the team. I went on to explain that I felt they needed to sort out their differences and reach a compromise. I then explained that the organisation had set values regarding team performance and both myself and our co-workers needed them to work harmoniously together because they were valued members of the team. My actions clearly had the desired effect because from that day on I did not hear either of them arguing anymore. So that's another brilliant answer to that tough interview question. How did you handle a difficult situation? And again, as you can see, by using situation, task, action and result, the STAR technique, we are able to give the interviewer a brilliant top scoring answer. Let's take a look at another one. Example answer number 3. Here we go. Again, using the STAR technique. I was in a team meeting discussing the marketing campaign for a new product we were launching. Now, everyone in the team had put forward brilliant ideas that all could have worked. However, we only had a very limited budget to work with and we had to choose just one of the ideas. Now, after careful consideration, I suggested that we shortlisted 2 of the ideas by a team vote and then divide the budget equally amongst them both. If it became apparent that one of the ideas was working better than the other one, we could stop the second idea and put all the money into the one that was working. Now, everyone in the team agreed this was a great way to solve our problem. And after shortlisting 2 ideas, we went ahead with the product launch and one of the ideas proved to be a massive success. I like that answer because it shows that you are able to work as part of a team and you are the one suggesting a solution to your combined problem and there is again a successful outcome. And by using the STAR technique, situation, task, action, result, you are achieving success for your team. So there's 3 brilliant answers there to help you pass your interview. Now, if you'd like a copy of these slides and more brilliant answers to tough behavioural interview questions, click that link in the top right hand corner of the video. Go through to my website, passmyinterview.com, and you can download a whole host of brilliant answers to tough behavioural interview questions, and you also get these slides, including the answers, as a free bonus. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Lots of you, I am pleased to say, are successfully passing your job interviews after using these tutorials. If you want to connect with me on LinkedIn, you can do. My LinkedIn link is in the description below the video, and it's always great to connect with like-minded professionals such as yourself. And finally, I would very much appreciate your support if you gave the video a like. Thank you very much. Have a brilliant day.